Hi guys, if you've just been watching my video on how to make curry and you fancy some rice with that, you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you how to make lightly perfumed basmati rice. But not only that, it's dead simple and it's dead tasty. So follow me and I'll show you how I do it. Let's get cooking. While I wash my hands, I'll put a list of things that you need on the screen. Now the first thing that you have to do is put your rice into a small pan and cover it with water. And you have to leave that to stand a minimum of half an hour. You can leave it for a few hours if you want, but it's got to be a minimum of half an hour. Once the rice has been in the water for half an hour, we need to sieve it and give it a good rinse. Now we just sit that and let it drain while we prepare the pan with the oil and the spices and the onion. We take a large frying pan and into that we pour enough oil to cover the bottom of the pan. Into that we put the cinnamon stick, and while that's warming up we crack open 4 or 5 cardamom pods. You can either do that with your nails or you can do it with a sharp knife, but be careful because they slip. You could also actually remove the seeds and just use the seeds instead of putting the whole pod in. That's your choice. I leave them whole, they're easier to see, then you can remove them. People don't like eating these, but it gives the rice a lovely flavour. And there we go, they can just go into the oil now. Once the oil gets hot, you can see that the cinnamon stick starts to bubble, and all them bubbles give lovely flavour to the oil, and that's what flavours your rice. Turn the heat down a little bit, and while that's still bubbling I'll cut the onion. With the onion all cut up you can still see that cinnamon stick. It's still bubbling away, it's still giving flavour to the oil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the onion and the cumin seeds. We just fry that for a couple of minutes. Keep giving it a stir. Once the onions are clear, that means that they're cooked. And then it's time to add the rice. Those onions are just about done now. The rice is all drained. So we tip the rice in. And give it a right good stir until all the rice is covered with the oil. Keep stirring that, making sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. Once all the rice is covered in oil, we have to add water. Enough water to cover the rice. Then we bring that water to the boil, and once it's boiled, we turn it down, put a lid on and simmer it until all the water's absorbed. Now it's all boiling, I can turn it right down, put a lid on it. I'll leave that now for about 10 minutes, making sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Just give it a little stir in a few minutes. Just as that starts simmering, it's now when you should be adding the turmeric if you want yellow rice. So today I'm going to add a bit. Give it a stir. It's lovely. All the rice is a lovely even colour. Put that lid back on. Let it simmer away. You can see now that all the water has been absorbed into the rice. There's no more water left. So what I do now, turn it off the light, make sure there's no flame, and we cover it with a clean tea towel and leave it for 5 minutes. Look at that, absolutely perfect rice. That's fantastic. And that is how I make absolutely gorgeous perfumed basmati rice. Catch you next time.